For a look at what's making headlines around the world, we're going to head over to London and check in with Gwen Baumgardner. And we're still kind of staying with the coronavirus, Gwen. I think a plane with about 200 Americans were evacuated from Wuhan, but it's a little bit tougher for British citizens.
It is. Good morning, Anne-Marie. The evacuation of 200 British nationals has been delayed as the deadly coronavirus continues to bring thousands of travelers to a standstill. A British government evacuation flight was due to take off today, but was delayed at the last minute because the relevant paperwork permitting some passengers to fly was not granted in time by Chinese authorities. Passengers with dual British and Chinese nationality have been prevented from flying because the Chinese government does not recognize dual nationality. Britain's Foreign Office says they're working all hours to reschedule the flights as soon as possible. On their return, they'll be quarantined for 2 weeks. Now to Japan, where an arrest warrant has been issued for former Nissan chairman Carlos Ghosn. Ghosn is currently living as a fugitive in Lebanon after he sensationally fled the country while awaiting trial in Tokyo for financial fraud. Japanese prosecutors say his disappearing act broke the law and they want him returned to the country immediately. However, Lebanon does not have an extradition treaty with Japan, so it's unlikely today's warrant will lead to his arrest. And finally, here in London, where Britain's official exit from the European Union is just 1 day away. After more than 3.5 years of negotiations, extensions, and divisiveness, the UK and the EU are finally parting ways. Yesterday, members of the European Parliament said their farewells to the UK and their British colleagues with an emotional rendition of Auld Lang Syne. Lawmakers stood holding hands and waving scarves aloft that read, "Always united." Now, despite years of tension over the divorce deal, the withdrawal agreement has now been agreed by both sides. The UK's 47-year membership of the EU will now end tomorrow night at 11 local time. Anne-Marie.
But they still have like 11 months before it's sort of a full departure, right?
They do, yes. So there's still a lot to work out. But as of tomorrow at 11 p.m., there's no turning back. There's no second referendum. And finally, we're really kind of pushing forward with Brexit.
Yeah. I know. It was very touching goodbye. Let's see if all those warm emotions are still there when they start to renegotiate all those trade deals that they're going to have to do. Gwen.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Gwen.